Because I'm just showing you all the different ways to get enchant relics and every single type of enchant relic inside of Fisch. Now, I did make this video around 9 months ago. However, there are way more methods now, and it is a lot easier to do. So let's go ahead and get right into this. So the very first thing you need to know, we're going to just take a look at the regular enchant relics, right? There are multiple different ways to go ahead and get these. The very first way is going to be over at this island that I'm going to show you. It is called Sunstone Island, and this is where you can directly buy them. Now, there are multiple other ways to get normal enchant relics, and quite frankly, they're not even that hard to get anymore. They used to be a little bit like more difficult, like you have to grind for a bit to get them, but now they're so easy to get, like it's genuinely not even hard. But then we'll get into some of the other ones like the cosmetic relics and chaotic and exalted and all that. Let's head over to this area right here, Sunstone. You guys, if you played the game a while ago, you probably know the whistle here. All right, then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and climb up this ladder right here. All you have to do is climb up it and then go over to this little shop over here. This is going to be Merlin's shop, I believe. And there's two different things you can buy here. You can just straight up buy enchant relics, or you can buy luck boosts with money from inside the game. So this is the very first way to get enchant relics. This is the easiest, but this is just like you have to upfront pay for it, and you have to be level, I believe, 35 for this, or maybe it's 25. But you just do, what do you do for me? And then so you want power, and then they can give you relics. Oh, and you can actually choose the amount now. This is new. So yeah, if you want to just straight up buy 50 relics, 25 relics, whatever, one relic, you pay per one that you buy. So if I want to buy one relic, I spend 11,000 and I'll get one enchant relic from Merlin. Now that is the first way, and that costs money, obviously. So that's not cheap, especially for an enchant relic. Now let me show you the other different ways that you can do this. So the next method is going to be through the aquariums. Now this method is actually really good, just because it will give you a ton of different stuff. So you basically pay for an aquarium, you pay for different slots, and then you put your fish in here, and they'll automatically make you money while you're offline, but they'll also make you different items in profit. So as you can see, this is like a little session that I haven't claimed yet. We got a shark head, we got a shiny totem, which these are pretty rare, a sparkling totem, 34 sundial totems, 7 meteors, and just a bunch of stuff. Then we also have 7 enchant relics. So yeah, this is probably the fastest way to do it without having to actually do any work. And then if you just do this over time and save them up, you won't really even have a problem with getting them. I believe I have like 2,000 of them or something like that. Well, I have a lot. They're not, yeah, so we have 500 just normal enchant relics, and then I have just a ton here. So yeah, it's really not too bad. Oh yeah, here I have 2,000 of these enchant relics. So really it's not that hard to get these. If you use any of these methods, you can straight up buy them, or you can literally use the aquarium method. Then the next method is going to be even more straightforward than that, and that is literally just fishing them up. You do have a chance to fish them up. I don't know what exactly the chance is, but it's really not that hard to get. So you can do any of those 3 methods. Now that's how you get those just normal enchant relics. Now, if you want mutations on them, you will have to go appraise them, or sometimes you can fish them up with mutations. For example, the chaotic one, I believe you can only get that using a specific rod. So some of the mutations you do have to actually get. I do have a full video on how to get the chaotic ones if you're interested in that, but those are more specific, and that's not really what the video is about. Now I'll show you how to get the exalted relics, and then like all of the other relics. So the very first ones that we already went over were the basic enchant relics. Now we have the exalted relics. Now these can be obtained using so basically these can be found by fishing them up, just like the other ones. They're just a lot rarer. So exalted relics can be found in any body of water at a 1 in 2,000 chance, and that ignores luck. So no matter if you have a luck boost or roar going, it's always a 1 in 2,000 chance, no matter what. So the next thing you need to know is that the chance can be increased to 1 in 800 using the rod of the exalted one. So if you want to get these faster, you're going to want to use the rod of the exalted one. And if you use the scavenger enchantment, it will take it from that. And if you like, so if you enchant the rod of the exalted one with the scavenger enchant, it's going to bring it down to 1 in 557. So a 0.22% chance with both of them. So that's the best way to get exalted ones with just fishing them up. They can also be obtained by completing the Keeper's Secret, which I do have a full video on, but you only get 3 of those, and you can only do it 1 time. So again, it's good for the first time you do it, but it's going to be easier to fish these up. And then the exalted relics can also be obtained from the personal aquarium at a 1% chance. So like I said, again, the aquariums are just a really good all-around method to get exalted, normal enchant relics, totems, all of that. I would highly recommend this because it's really the best way. Like these shiny and sparkling totems are pretty much impossible to get without the aquarium. So stuff like that is really rare, and it's a lot easier to get. Then we have the daily shopkeeper, which is actually going to be close to Moosewood if you want to see this. These also sell enchant relics. I forgot to mention that in the beginning of the video if you want to also buy them there. But honestly, there's not a reason to really. I mean, because you can just buy them at Merlin, other than the fact that they may be a little bit cheaper. Let me just drive over to the shop. I don't know if this spawns in because I didn't really play the game when this shop was added. So yeah, here it is. So yeah, it's just always here. So I fly over here and I take a look at the daily shop. You can see that there are enchant relics in here, and there's even an exalted one, just like I was talking about a second ago. So I'm gonna go cop that, and I'll just buy all of these. Why not? They're a lot. Yeah, they are cheaper. They're 8,000 instead of 11,000. So you will get them for a lot cheaper. You can also buy sundial totems here for cheaper. So they're a lot cheaper here. But again, it's random, and the stock changes a lot. You can also refresh it, pay to refresh it. There we go. I just bought another one. Then there's new totems and stuff like that that you can buy. So really, really good ways to get these. They've made it a lot easier to get these relics, especially the exalted ones, these used to be a lot harder to get. So for like more beginner players, it's definitely a lot easier to get. So we have the exalted and we have the regular enchant relics, but now we have the cosmic relic enchant. Now the cosmic relics are a bit different. So these cosmic relics can be found within fallen stars and have a 4.76% chance during the starfall event. Unfortunately, the relic can also be, alternatively, the relic can also be obtained using the rod of the cosmos at a 0.1% chance. And the cosmic relic can be caught in any body of water at a fixed chance during the following admin events. So these, you can only obtain this from admin events like in water. So you either have to use the rod of the cosmos or wait for admin events for them to spawn in a specific event. So you can wait for the cosmetic relics or the lucky cosmetic relics. So again, these can only really be obtained through the admin events. So that's how you go ahead and get the cosmic relic inside of Fisch, and then it has its own different enchants. So yeah, those are pretty interesting to get, and they are a little bit more difficult. Those are definitely more difficult to get than exalted, the normal ones. So those are I think the only two ways to get that one. So that one's a lot rarer. But again, you can also get it from the event relic storm. I forgot to mention that. That's another way you can get it. But I believe all three of those are admin events or random events that spawn in. So it's going to be a little bit more luck based. But yeah, those are all of the different enchant relics that you guys can go ahead and get. And those are all the ways that you can get them the fastest, best ways. If you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe.